AskReddit by Relocadia 4174. What secret would make your best friend hate you? My opinion of their partner relationship. I personally think they are holding them back, but it's too early to speak up, but the signs are there. Deleted. I have to vent to another friend about how frustrated I am that she is staying in a toxic relationship with the high potential of further abuse, especially every time she's about to break up and he love bombs her and she falls for it. I'm just exhausted, but I do want to be there for her. That's so hard. I personally would have a cutoff of when I literally give up. Also, don't be a shitty friend to someone else because you're upset about the original friend. I suggest what someone else suggested and read up to better support yourself and your friend in this bad time. The night of his wedding, his blackout drunk dad told me he despised the bride and her family, and I kept that to myself this whole time. Are they even together today? I make up far too many excuses to not hang out with him just because I don't feel like leaving the comfort of my own home. Trust me, he knows. That I think her food allergy symptoms are really a migraine disorder caused by her multiple concussions. Wow, that is something I did not anticipate. It once so happened that his crush was crushing hard on me and making no secret of it. She was, don't know, haven't checked on her in a while, a nice person, in all senses, too. So that was a tricky choice. I plumped for the friend. Just after high school, my buddy worked with this girl that he knew I really liked and wanted to ask out. He asked her out, then called me to be the wingman when they hung out cause she brought a friend. When he left the room for a minute, she immediately started saying how much she liked me, etc., and we exchanged numbers. The next day we hung out, and I realized she had a bunch of dudes she was interested in, so I dipped. He found out and we've barely spoken since. I'm not good at keeping contact once they are no longer in the same country as me. I need to be able to see them physically, hang out, and speak in person in order to maintain that friendship. Long distance BFF is not something I've ever been able to keep. You're not ready to be a parent. Sexuality isn't a personality. I never liked your singing voice. That last one would probably hurt them the most. You're awful parent, a whore, and you sound like to bullfrog fucking at karaoke. I am not a bad singer. Fuck. I've got nothing. 29 years and I've been straight up with him. That I think she settled for her husband she didn't date until later in life, married the first guy she slept with, and I think he's a controlling, sniveling, little Napoleon. They're pregnant and I'm just saving up PTO in my mind to pick up the pieces when they split in a few years. I was average height for the time. Runs away sobbing. Since my spouse is my closest friend, the secret that would most likely kill our relationship is that, after having the talk with our daughter, I urged her to come to me rather than her father if she needed assistance obtaining birth control. He asked me to give her a speech on abstinence till marriage. Honestly, I don't see anything wrong here. Kids are gonna explore with or without you. Better for her to know AMD be protected. Also, I mean no disrespect, but would he do the same for his son? She has disordered eating and orthorexia but dresses it up as being healthy, so I've privately decided not to stay at her house anymore because she doesn't offer enough food. I counted one day that I'd only eaten around 500 calories whilst being her guest. Her passive husband accepts every new restriction she places on them because he doesn't want to cook for himself. It drives me up the fucking wall. I've confronted her about it gently in the past and she was very gracious, denied everything and had excuses for every quirk. I love her but she's deeply in denial. If I went nuclear at her about it, how dangerous eating disorders are and how entrenched she is and that she's risking a heart attack someday, I'm worried she'd cut me out of her life. I saw her being cruel to her mom. I believe he has absolutely no taste and no people filter. If he likes someone or something, chances are pretty good I'm going to hate it. I've never had the heart to tell him this. I know you preferred hanging out with my siblings over me because you never had siblings. I also know you resent me. I don't think your current career is successful, but that's just my opinion. TBH, it doesn't sound like this person is your friend. I secretly think she doesn't deserve her husband. Why? I think about ending the friendship a lot. Telling them how much you actually spent on that birthday gift they loved. My best friend doesn't know I've been keeping a significant amount of lottery winnings to myself, despite the promise we made to split it if either of us ever won. The secret that could ruin everything is if I confessed I've always disliked their significant other. Not just mild dislike, but deep-seated disdain for how they've treated my friend over the years. I can't leave the friendship because of family reasons, but it's been close to dead for me for a while now and I feel like I'm in step forward. Jesus, story of my life. It's such a shitty position to be stuck in. I hope you're doing alright and have friends outside of them too. That when he was still with his GF, one night while I was almost blackout drunk, she told me that she didn't really love him and she was more into girls. He never knew this. I feel so bad at it. BCS, they were almost 4 years deep. Should have told him. No one deserves to be in a relationship where they aren't loved. Other than me banging his sister, there is none. Are you friends with Tony Montana? Me and his mom fucked randomly over a period of 10 years. Stifle his mum. Her world building, it's just horrible in my personal opinion. I have zero interest in her book and every time I see or hear about her homosexual ships I think I'm going to die on spot. For the record, I have nothing against homosexuality, it's just that she shoves it wherever she can.